Songs, puppets, fun and mime. Welcome to the story time. Hello, Augustians. Today I have a very special story for you about a very special person. The story is about Florence Nightingale, who was the lady with the lamp. It is a story of an extraordinary young woman who brought about huge changes in the healthcare system of England. It's written by C.G. Salamander and illustrated beautifully by Samidha Gunjal. 1920 London. And a man is telling his children, I was just a boy when I fought in the Crimean War. And like the hundreds of soldiers who were injured, I was brought to the hospital at Scutari in Turkey. And he remembered his days in 1854. The hospital was filthy. There were rats and flies everywhere. If I close my eyes, I can still remember the smell. Ew. Over the next few weeks, I fell very ill. I watched a lot of my friends die from infections. One night, as I lay there, feeling wretched, I saw her for the first time, the lady with the lamp. She barged into that awful place and was in control at once. I need this place spotless. For the first time in our lives, she made us invalids feel respected. How are we feeling today, Mr. Andrews? Everyone soon learned that Florence wasn't like the other nurses. Back to Florence's childhood. Florence was not like other kids. She always wanted to become a nurse. She wanted to help people by becoming a nurse when she grew up, and she always excelled at her lessons. Her parents, on the other hand, didn't encourage this. They hated that she wanted to become a nurse. They thought nursing wasn't a job fit for a lady because hospitals were dirty, horrible places. And this is back in 1800s, 1832. In 1853, Florence persisted, and her parents finally allowed her to train as a nurse in Germany, and she promised that I will write to you every week. And in 1854, Scutari happened. News of the Crimean War and the horrible state of British hospitals reached Florence's ears, and so she set out to the battlefields, taking with her a team of 38 nurses. This was the first time women were officially allowed to serve in the British Army. Every day at the Scutari Hospital was a fight for Florence. A lot of male doctors hated the way she ordered them around, but none of them dared silence her. While you sit here, thousands are dying because of our unsanitary hospitals. Florence's reports were finally taken seriously by the government. They sent a team to inspect the conditions at the Scutari Hospital. The team discovered that the hospital was built on a sewer and that the patients were all drinking contaminated water. Florence had tackled an important problem that more soldiers died of the disease because of the water than on the battlefield, because of the unhygienic conditions at the hospital. She fought for the cause of better sanitation in hospitals, both at home and abroad. Almost at once, the death rate began to fall. That was a big, big achievement. When Florence returned from the Crimean War, she was given a hero's welcome. Clap, clap, clap. People wrote poems about her and letters to her. Hundreds gathered to see her. But Florence did not pay attention to the crowds. One person she did pay attention to was Queen Victoria. In 1856, the two met and talked about improving the state of England's healthcare system. Florence soon went on to show that there was a huge decrease in deaths after the hospitals were cleaned from 42.7% to mere 2.2%. You only have to look at this. The numbers are true, she said in a meeting. But sadly, Florence soon fell very sick. She had contracted a bacterial infection from the hospital at Scuttery, an infection that brought her with fever, sadness, and extreme pain for a long time. Yet, Florence continued to fight for England's healthcare system. She wrote books, sent nurses to help the poorest of poor, and pushed for better healthcare for everyone. Florence Nightingale died at the age of 90. Her work to improve hospital sanitation and healthcare revolutionized the field of nursing and changed how patients were treated all over the world. "Good night, you old bird," said the father while telling the story of Florence Nightingale to her daughters. They were standing under her statue, and the father said, "Good night, you old bird. You are the reason I'm still alive." Ta-da, Augustians! This was the story of Florence Nightingale. Will you take action if you find something wrong around you? Will you be the light? Will you light the lamp? Think about it.